Hi boys and girls, welcome to your ELA and phonics lesson for today. Today we're going to talk about a brand new sight word. And this is our sight word for today. We can't sound it out. D, ah, da. That's why it's a sight word. It's just a word that you're going to just have to know. But I do have a sight word song about it, and you know the song. The farmer in the dell, the farmer in the dell. That's the tune for today's song. D-O spells do, D-O spells do. Do you know what to do? D-O spells do. Let's sing it again together now that you've heard it once. D-O spells do, D-O spells do. Do you know what to do? D-O spells do. And let's talk about the sight word do. We're going to put it in a sentence today, but you're going to have to unscramble my word cards to figure out my sentence. So we have some words here. 3 of them are sight words and 1 we can sound out. You. This one we're just going to have to sound out. It's not a sight word. D, id, did. It and do. You did it do. Doesn't sound right, does it? But if we look carefully at the individual cards, we have a song that's going to help us figure out how to figure out which order the words go in. If you're looking at the cards carefully, there's something that should really give you a big tip off. There's a big clue about which one has to go first, and there's another big clue. Do you remember our song to help us think about sentences? Capital letters, finger spaces, punctuation at the end. It's a sentence, it's a sentence, it's a sentence, don't you know? So when you look at all of these word cards, which one do you think has to go first? That's right, there's only one that has a capital letter. There we go. And if we look carefully at the remaining cards, we know for sure which one has to go last. Which one has to go last? That's right, the one with punctuation happened to be a question mark. So, did blank blank it? Did do you it? Did do you it? That doesn't sound right. Did you, let's see, we've made a sentence. Did you do it? Did you do something bad? Break something? Fight with somebody over the weekend? I hope not. Let's read our sentence together. Did you do it? And remember, when we read sentences that have question marks at the end, your voice goes up at the end. Did you do it? My voice goes up at the end. D-O spells do. D-O spells do. Do you know what to do? D-O spells do. Good job. Now we're going to work on a new sound, but it's not really a sound that's new to all of you. We're going to focus on the sound of Q. Now we know that Q always has another letter with it. And we talked about this when we first learned about the letter Q. When we first learned about letter Q, we know that it makes the qu sound, but it has a partner, a letter that is always, always, always with it. Do you remember what letter that is? Remember they got married? We read that book, The Wedding of Q and U. Q cannot be in any words in the English language by itself. It has to have the letter U with it. They are a letter team. They are always together. They're kind of like a digraph, but they're not really a digraph. Okay? Some Q and U are always together. Always, always, always. So let's go over a few things. We fed Mrs. Alphabet back many months ago, and let's just go over a few words that make the qu sound. Qu. And we have a quarter, quarter. What else could we put up here that makes a sound of qua? It's a bird. It's got a strange name. It's a qua. That's right, it's a quail. A quail. We have something else that you might use to paint dots with, and we use it a lot when we're using our watercolors at our tables. That's right, it's a Q-tip. Q-tip. And this is something that might lay on your bed. It's something that you have to make, and they're really hard to make. It's not a blanket. It's a quilt. Excellent job. It's a quilt, and it's usually many, many different colors. And this is something that you really need to be when we're walking in the hallway, or we're in the library, or we're sitting at the carpet together. You need to be quiet. You need to be quiet. And this is somebody who wears a crown and is married to a king. It's a queen. Excellent. This is something that is a kind of punctuation, and it happened to be in our unscrambled sentence earlier. It's a question mark. Question mark. And this is something that you thought was kind of funny when I showed you way back when we talked about the letter Q. It is something that you can write with, but it comes from an animal, but you can write with it. You have to dip it in some ink, and it was used a long time ago with the Pilgrims and George Washington, our first president. It's a quill. Quill. You dip a feather, usually a turkey feather, into some ink, and you can write with it. A quill. So we have quarter, quail, Q-tip, quilt, quiet, queen, question mark, and quill. And they all have the Q-U sound together because Q and U are always together. I'm going to take these pictures off for right now, and we'll use them tomorrow. So I have a little book that I'm going to share with your parents today, and the title is I Can Read Q. So let's turn the page. I can read Q. Ready to give it a try? This book is going to repeat, so certain words are going to stay the same in the book the whole time. And so one of the words you can't sound out, so I'm going to help you with it. The queen has a long word. But I bet if I look at the picture cue, it's going to help me. The queen has a quarter. Let's read it together. Get your pointer finger ready. The queen has a quarter. Good reading. Let's turn the page. Here we go. The queen has a... Not sure, so let's try to sound it out first. Quilt. 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 The queen has a quilt. Now that doesn't look very much like a quilt because it's not a ton of different colors, because quilts are very colorful. The queen has a quilt. The queen has a chicken. Sound right? Chicken sounds right. But do the letters make the same sounds for chicken? Qua. No, I don't see the ch digraph. I see qua. The queen has a... What's the name of that bird again? quail. The queen has a quail. Let's turn the page. The queen has a quill. Quill. This is the ink pot, but this part, the feather, is the quill. That's the part that you write with. The queen has a quill. Ready? The queen has a Q-tip. Let's read it again. The queen has a Q-tip. And our last page. The queen has a question. I wonder what question the queen has. And that's your challenge for today. I want you to write a question sentence that the queen might ask. The queen has a question. I wonder what question she would ask. And remember, start with capital letters, finger spaces, and a question mark punctuation at the end. Excellent job for today. I'll see you later for math. Bye-bye.